Hello, everyone. Bill Parish here from GTT Audio. And I think you all know Ewald and Bill Parish, brand director of Vivid Audio and Moya M1. And here you see both of us standing next to the Vivid Audio
Moya M1.
the M1. Well, before we get into exactly what is the M1, let me explain the system that we've been listening to. And as I told you at the beginning of the year, there was going to be some new products and in audio and enjoyment of reproduced sound is all about a journey, whether it be on the equipment side or learning new music. It's a journey. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up on the screen here and I'm going to show you what the front end of the system is, which, as you see, we've got the Kronos Audio Discovery turntable with the reference phono stage and the Discovery supercapacitor power supply that is sitting on a Kronos Discovery rack. And then next to it, right there in the middle, on top, you see the AudioNet stern. That is just a line stage. It is the control center of the system. Below that, you've got the AudioNet PAM G2 phono stage, and below that, that's the Ampere external power supply for the PAM. Down at the bottom is the Kabbalah Sosna expander. That is the power distribution box. And then recently, last month, if you follow the channel, you saw me sitting next to the Master Fidelity NADAC D on the top shelf and the NADAC C on the shelf below that. And again, if you follow the channel, you know what I think of that. And then you also know, you heard Dr. David Robinson, the other David Robinson, and Dean Waters talk about that for a couple of episodes on their experience and journey here. And serving up the files on the digital side is the Orlick Aries G2.2 as a room endpoint, and we are using a room nucleus external linear power supply. We talked about that early on in the channel. And then behind me, we've got two pairs of the AudioNet Heisenbergs. And last, but certainly not least, because what Ewald and I are going to do is we're not going to sit here and tell you how amazing and great and fantastic and use all these
How about mind-boggling?
mind-boggling of the speakers. But we would not be able to hear the speakers or anything in the system if it weren't for the cables. And we're using what is fantastic and mind-boggling is the Kabbalah Sosna realization cables, because it's an open pipe. I mean, it's everything. Well, forget about all the changes we've made, even though, it's, again, a journey. It evolves. We've made a lot of changes in this room as of right now. I guess the final piece of the puzzle is coming in a month or so. That'll be Kronos Audio's Discovery phono stage, which I did a video with Greg Weaver and Louie that appeared on Weaver's channel, The Audio Analyst, 2 months ago, a month and a half ago up there in Montreal. But you know what we think of that, and that's coming in this room. And that should be the changes for the year in what I refer to as the big room. But Ewald, let's talk about some of the things that we heard over the last few days. Well, first of all, I really, really appreciate you coming in and assisting me set these up. And my brother Michael, really appreciate him. The speakers do not ship like this, for those that don't know. Okay, there's a baseboard at the bottom, and then you have this section here fits on the baseboard, another section, another section, another section. So you build it in place. It is on casters. Now it's on spikes, but it comes on casters. And then this front piece right in the middle sort of goes in, comes back. There's a cam system on top that locks it. So it's a massive system, weighs a lot, but is quite easy to install.
Well, Phil, if you allow me,
Sure.
thank you for having me in what I consider to be my home away from home. And you shown, as usual, huge generosity and hospitality, and I want to thank you for that. And also giving me the opportunity to experience in this, I think, quite famous listening room by now, to have the Moya playing. And before, of course, we do a talk before we take this video. And we came to the same conclusion. We're not going to talk about the system. Let's talk what it's all about, and that's the experience, the being there with the music. And look, I'm shivering. I have goosebumps. And as a token of our appreciation, I want to offer you something that befits this system. And I'm happy he didn't see me putting it up there, because you know how he is when it comes to taking care of his system. I hope you can see it. Here we have the Moya M1 booklet in a handmade leather pouch.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you. You guys are a class act all the way around. Absolutely beautiful.
The brochure with the whole timeline of our company, and of course with Lawrence Dickey. And yeah, it was an incredible journey, and we're not finished yet.
No, well, so the first thing when you look at a speaker system of this size is, wow, that must be loud. Or those that are not in audio, how many watts?
Yep.
Let me just say that yes, they play loud, and we'll talk a little bit about that. And well, and they could play full scale. But I never heard anyone play with such intimacy. And they have such accuracy, and they're so full-bodied and rich, but yet they're so it is so lifelike. It is so lifelike. The precision is there. I mean, we've been listening. We put these in on Monday. Monday, we put these in. Monday afternoon, finished at 6 o'clock. We listened very late on Monday, all day on Tuesday. Essentially took the day off on Tuesday to just listen to music from morning to night. Wednesday, we had some stuff to do, and then we listened.
Yeah.
And then we listened for hours and hours. And today we've been listening, and we've got to get on a plane shortly. But I don't know. At least half of it was solo violin, solo piano, trios, chamber music. We played a lot of chamber music.
I didn't know there was so many difference in recordings of solo piano, but every little track we played, was there in how to put it. It was there to glorify the recording, to glorify the music, and we didn't talk about, oh, did you hear this? Or did you hear this? Wow, the experience. And whatever we put in, we played crazy loud, but we also played for a long time just in the background. And sometimes in the middle of a sentence, you stop because it's there. And it really takes you on a journey we've been all over the world with our music.
Yeah.
I queued up some pretty hard hitting. Some might call it atonal jazz, but
Oh yeah.
man,
That was fantastic.
it takes you in and it gives you an experience that I wish more people would get to get.
You know, we talk about some recordings, or people call me and what are you listening to, and you know, if you should be downloading. Okay, Cobuzz is not the end all be all. Cobuzz will turn you on, will help you with your journey, but once you find what you want, and you can experience a lot of this on Cobuzz, you should then download some of this high res stuff, the DXD, the double quad DSD. I mean, that's when you can really get the full resolution and hear exactly what's going on, in these modern recordings. And I think we're at a golden age in audio, a golden age of being able to have components like this that probably couldn't be done in the past without a lot of computer simulation. And you don't build something like this on trial and error. It's years and years and years of experience.
And you talk about science.
Yeah,
That's what we do. We do science. All the components you just talked about. It's science. It's engineering, and it's there for a reason.
But we're at a golden age of recordings too. I mean, my Dutch friend here is. I'm so jealous of all the all the amazing artists and orchestras that go through the Concertgebouw in Amsterdam. I'm calling him all the time. So and so's there. So and so's there. I mean, it's one of the great orchestras. It's one of the great halls in all of the world.
And don't forget our great producers.
Yes.
Talking about Mr. Bert van der Wolf.
Well, this is what I was just getting to. Yes, well, they have at least three of the greatest recording artists in the world. I mean, Bert van der Wolf, Spirit of Turtle, particularly the Challenge Classic label is what I've been going nuts over. Brandon Heinz at Triptych.
Yep.
I mean, what Brandon's doing.
Yep.
Forget about
amazing.
it. And his wife, Maya Friedman.
Friedman.
I mean, the stuff that she's put out, man, guys, pay attention to this and get that. Okay, you got Challenge Classics, and in your room and on Cobuzz, you can do searches. You can pull up Challenge Classics. You can pull up Triptych, TRPK, TK, yeah, and then and Jared Sachs,
yeah,
at Channel Classics. These guys record. They're recording at full resolution, and what you're playing back if you get the downloads are the masters. You're literally downloading and playing the masters. This is not going back and trying to find a master tape in some vault by Sony or Columbia, whatever, and then well, you'd never get your hands on it. But then getting the world's best tape machines and trying to no, you're playing back the master. And by the way, you can also play those tapes back through HD high def tape transfers, HDTT, which is a website. So pay attention to that stuff. But yeah, I mean, to be able to hear and you could hear it on the Spirit as well, but this is even better. The strings on the piano, the baseboards on the piano, the way that they load up the violin strings, the breath that's going on by the artist. I mean, you absolutely hear them.
I remember your anticipation and quite a few calls. Is it ready yet? Is it really that good? Don't disappoint me. And then you sitting down here I know it needs to break in. You press play and you turn silent.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be doing this. No, no, oh no, this should. And that was the start of music, and of course.
Yeah. And after playing for 3.5 days, it's still moving, but every day it's better. Every hour it's better. So, yeah, most of what we listen to is classical. We did listen to.
How you amazed me by queuing up some hip hop and
Yeah, I think it was his instigation, but we played a little bit of rock. And then one evening after dinner, we sat down here, and it was Ewald that was insisting on some hip hop, and so we put it on. I really couldn't believe it. So he pulls out his SPL meter. Now I'm telling you, we got a little crazy. 5 meters away is the listening chair, and we're at 110 dB in the listening chair. There's zero strain, zero breakup, zero listening fatigue. The ears weren't ringing. Everything was so natural, laid out, more pressure, more volume. Felt it in the chest and the legs, in the chair, but it was an experience unlike anything I've ever heard, unlike anything. And as I told you, it was a real testament to what these guys did too, with a damping factor greater than 10,000. And their peak pulse power, but I mean, they just handled it.
Yeah.
And the speakers just, usually when you turn things up, there's, maybe a tweeter starts screaming, you get some compression, and you lose resolution in the bass. Nothing. Nothing.
No.
No. No. It played at the same effortlessness at 110 dB as it does at 75 dB. Yeah.
Now it's
No breakup, no cone breakup, no distortions.
it's a walk in the park.
This is not my type of music, as you know, but this it surprised me how well it actually was produced and recorded.
I think there will be a little bit of battle in the comments later on about that. But
Well, at
yeah.
least the pieces that we played.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there was only 4 or 5 tracks, but it was enough to for you to
Yes.
prove your point.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you talk about the golden age in hi-fi.
Yeah.
I think that there's so much music currently being made on all levels, classical, acoustical, hip hop, as we said. Keep your mind open and
Well, it's
and
the
listen to
journey
it.
that I talked about.
Yeah,
it is the journey. I mean, don't tell someone not to put on a piece of music. And listen with a friend. Find someone to teach you. Bring your kids into the room. Experience what they're listening to.
We've shared many stories over the days about things we've seen, things we heard. Why did you listen to it? Oh, somebody told me that, and then we did this, and for me, that's why I'm doing this. I want to make people aware of the fact that what they have at their possession is so great.
Hey, well, you just came from Munich a few weeks ago. There's tons of Munich videos. Dick and Gracia, and you were part of it, did many videos. But if you could just give, for subscribers of my channel, a condensed version of the Moya, I would greatly appreciate it.
Okay. Well, thank you for giving me my elevator pitch. Moya is the culmination of 40 years, 50 years working with loudspeakers. And of course, Lawrence Dickey's heritage, he started with at Bowers and Wilkins. Many people don't know is that he designed amplifiers before. So this man knows about it. And was there a need to replace the Spirit?
I certainly didn't feel like it.
There wasn't?
No.
But of course, in the back of his mind and for us as a company, what's possible? and we found out that we believe that getting a system that's capable of really reproducing everything that's out there, imposing, starts with the bass. But as anybody will tell you who's experienced in hi-fi, that what you can do with the bass goes through the whole spectrum of music.
Well, build the foundation.
The foundation. And of course, we are famous for building our own drivers, developing them ourselves. We have a team of specialists. Lawrence, you mentioned Gracia. We have Jojo in the factory. We have John in the factory.
Yes.
We have Philip Goodtag on the back. You know, all these people have experience, have ideas, and I think that we strive to give you an optimum result. So, very short, it's a 5-way system. We have 4 bass enclosures, which uses the taper tube technology with reaction canceling. They might be big, but they weigh about 55, 60 kilos each. You can put your hand at any volume without them vibrating. It's very light, it's very stiff. It's about proper engineering. And we have the front baffle, which is still an oval, so not a flat surface, but an oval surface.
Yeah, pictures don't do these speakers justice. And, you know, I've snapped some photos and showing you around the speakers. You have to experience these in life, but this is a curved front, regardless of how it looks flat. So I just wanted to.
So to complement, we use the C175, and mind you, we only name the real.
Oh,
the real size, yeah.
When they say 175, what they're talking about is the size of the driver. And if you look on Vivid's spec sheets, their drivers seem very small. But what Lawrence does is he's measuring the metal that you see, the actual cone surface, where everyone else goes beyond the surround and to the edge of the basket. Well, therefore you've got about, if he's calling this a 10-inch, it's really a 13-inch when you're doing comparison, because you've got an inch and a half on each side with the surround and the basket. So add 3 inches if you want to compare it. But Lawrence Dickey is stubborn in that way, and he's going to give you the facts, not the way everyone else does it, but what is the real size of the driver.
So here we have the 175.
You can go over there, so you don't have to stand in front of me. You're probably out of the camera angle.
It's my first time on video. So the 175 on the right, double, and they have the full guide throughout the baffle. We use the C100 in the new version with 3 carbon stiffening rings to make it. It was already an exceptional last week, but it's an even better driver. And to complement it, we have the D50 with the diamond-like coating and the D26 with the diamond-like coating. And both of them have enhanced magnet and iron on board. So steel. It's a means to an end. And the end is playing music.
Thank you, Ewald.
Thank you,
Really
Bill.
appreciate it. Guys, thank you, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
See you on the channel. Thank you.